Welcome, everyone. Great. We were just waiting for attendees to join. I think we've got enough, so it's great. So yeah, welcome everyone. Great to have you here today and joining us on our AI webinar. So yeah, let's get started for today. So we're excited to have you here today for Copado's AI webinar, and the timing couldn't be better. AI is transforming how teams work, and for DevOps teams specifically, it's becoming essential to staying competitive. Today, we'll be satisfied if you leave with the following. One, an understanding of Copado AI, its features and functionality. Two, how you can see Copado AI benefiting your specific use cases that you're challenged with internally. And three, wanting to explore deeper with us post this webinar. And who knows, for those that are new to Copado, hopefully partnering with us going forward. Before I move on to the next slide and introduce the agenda, I have to say this. I'm sure you have plenty of great questions over the course of the webinar, especially as you run through the live demonstration. And while we encourage you to ask away, to not disrupt the flow of the webinar, please can we keep those questions to the dedicated time we'll have allocated specifically for this. We'll be sure to answer as many as we can, or alternatively, post your questions in the chat and we will try and address them in parallel. We appreciate your patience and thank you. So the agenda, why you're here today. Now, this is what we'll be covering during the time together. As I said, and I just mentioned, we'll explore how the Copado AI platform is helping teams like yours accelerate every step of the DevOps journey, from planning and building to testing, releasing, and operating, with 5 purpose-built AI agents that turn hours of work into minutes. We'll then look at the competitive market, and you can see how we fare against other AI models out there. This will be followed by a great demonstration so you can see how it all works live. And we'll then finish off with a roadmap and a quiz which has prizes. So I recommend staying around for that. And of course, Q&A, so it gives you a chance to give some questions and we can provide some answers for clarity. But before we jump into the webinar, I can't really go much further without mentioning my colleague who'll be demonstrating our Copado AI product to you today. And that's Ewan Clark, Copado's Senior Solution Engineer. And you've got myself, Dinesh Luchman, an account executive within Copado. Now, for those of you who are new to Copado, let me introduce you to Copado's DevOps platform, which is designed to make release days obsolete by enabling your teams to manage the 5 phases of DevOps seamlessly, as you can see on the slide. It's straightforward yet incredibly effective, and only Copado can deliver it. Starting with planning user stories and sprints with our agile capabilities to build features with code generation and version control automation, to testing with explorations and automated scripts, also release change with automated deployments, and finally operating your environment pipelines and creating training documentation for end users within AI. From plan, build, test, release, and operate, Copado ensures that every step is streamlined and efficient. What sets us apart is our ability to empower teams of all sizes and skill levels to navigate these stages smoothly and with a quality mindset. The stakes have been higher. Businesses can't afford downtime, delays. Thorough testing is crucial, but often costly and time consuming. Copado is the only platform on the market that uniquely offers next-gen AI, automated testing to accelerate your time to value, ensuring robust and reliable applications. Imagine a world where your teams excel, turning visionary business innovation into unmatched value. This is where Copado steps in, transforming your end-to-end delivery approach. We unlock your business's full potential through seamless integration and collaboration. Whether you're a product owner, business analyst, quality tester, admin, or developer, Copado empowers you in every phase. And it's just a nice little fact we like to throw in. Our customers typically see deployment speeds increase by 500% and release frequency improve by 900%, all while maintaining the highest quality standards. Oh, and did we forget to mention that Copado exists in the heart of Salesforce platform? So whichever stage of the journey you're in, Copado can meet you there and enable you in fulfilling your role's capabilities by having our agents supporting you every step of the way. Remember, we are here to make your release days obsolete. And with Copado AI, we are doing that and more. We believe this can deliver new ways of working, enabling creativity, and more importantly, allowing you to be innovative in other areas, while Copado and its agents do the heavy lifting. Now we'll look at Copado AI comparisons. Over to you, Ewan.
Well, thanks very much, Dinesh. And it's wonderful to see so many people today gathered to learn about the future of DevOps and the future of AI. So lovely to see you all. Now, everyone on this call, I am sure, has used AI solutions. It's 2025. We would be remiss in our responsibilities as technology professionals if we weren't augmenting our capabilities and expanding them using AI tools. Whether that was the first gen of ChatGPT that we used, or whether that's something like Copilot that's actually being built into your enterprise solution process. But Copado AI is different. For those of you who have been on our journey for years, you might remember our CEO, Ted, was one of the first people to really grasp this, that was going to be a game-changing implementation. We have more than 10 years of Salesforce DevOps expertise in our knowledge base. We're going to see in a second how we actually moat this data. When we think of hallucinations, very often AI hallucinations is because it's calling out to the World Wide Web. It's drawing from a far, far broader data lake than is actually effective. So what we do at Copado is we've purpose-built a database of more than 10 years, more than 150,000 solved cases for release management alone within our database, as well as Salesforce product knowledge, all of that pulling together into our AI knowledge base. We also have the ability here to have the chat uploads. So chat uploads, the ability to put in file uploads and chat history, simplifying collaboration by maintaining comprehensive chat histories. Supports that file upload, whether it's an enterprise WSDL, whether it's a testing script, whatever it might be, you're able to upload that and collaborate with those documents. The real magic sauce here comes with that integration into Copado and integration into your Salesforce. So knowledge of user stories, whether they sit in Jira, whether they sit in Copado, the ability to pull those apart, identify common themes, the ability to simplify that plan process and ensure that the AI is working with you. It's working with your process. It understands your process and complements it. It is not in addition to that process. The ability to have interactive support directly within the platform as well. So we'll see later on, we actually have the ability to move it into Agentforce, but that on-demand capability to understand a deployment error, to understand exactly what it is going on with a particular Copado function or capability at your fingertips. I always like to say it's like having one of our professional services team sitting over your shoulder, except the AI drinks way less coffee. So you make a huge saving there in terms of coffee, sugar, and milk. The ability to interact with your Salesforce metadata. Now, this can't be emphasized enough as the key differentiator. There are other solutions in the market now which are doing this. Copado was the first to do it. It is the most developed and the most advanced. The ability to read your Salesforce metadata, to understand complex relationships, to draw parallels and understand dependencies within your org. This is something where Copado AI, unlike Cursor or Copilot, really can help bring Salesforce into your world, really lets the AI understand it. That integration with robotic testing, this is something that means that the AI can be analyzing test runs in the automation testing suite. It can be making suggestions. It can be improving your variables, creating completely custom keywords in the robot framework scripting language, specific to you, specific to your org. So it's a really powerful tool. And of course, one of the fundamental things, and Dinesh will talk about this after the demo, is security. AI is based on data. Data is our new oil. It's our gold. Your data is your data. It is your IP. It is fundamentally your value. So Copado respects your data hierarchy. We never use our customer data or prompts to train our own internal LLM. That is not something that we do, nor is it something we will ever do. When we say it is Copado AI, actually it's your AI. It is self-hosted by you. It is your information, your product. And of course, back when I started in Salesforce, the most immediate way to communicate with me was by email. But sadly, or positively now, Slack, Teams, instant communication, instant global collaboration is the way forward. And Copado AI integrates into Slack, integrates into Teams, and for developers, it integrates directly into VS Code. Again, Copado AI is here to support your journey, your Salesforce journey, your ways of working. If you guys work from VS Code, Copado AI meets you on that journey and supports you. But that's enough of slides, guys. Shall we take a look at the product itself? I think. Yes, thumbs up and lots of hearts. Let's go. So when we take a look at a AI organization, what we can see here is this is my demo organization. And within here, I have a workspace. If we take a look at my workspaces, I can create as many workspaces as I like. A workspace can be either an individual place to work or a collaborative one. Different users within the organization can have different permissions, editors, admins, users, etc. And these workspaces can be specific to a project, specific to a release, specific to an environment, maybe specific to a particular work stream or individual. And you can share access to these collaborative workspaces as your business sees fit. If I take a look at this particular workspace here, within the details, there are some key areas that we can think about. First of all, features. So the Copado AI is innovating at the pace that you would expect from an AI company in 2025. But these features need to be built into your process. You need to be aware of them. And we provide that command and control directly to your teams. So you are able to disable particular functions or features if you don't consider them appropriate as of yet. If you want to move at a different pace, if you have a set way of working with AI, we will release a new feature, but you have the ability to control that feature, turn it off or turn it on as appropriate. And you can test these features in different workspaces. It's not across your entire organization. You're able to create a workspace where you can test these features in isolation and then plug them into your overall process. When we look at the integrations, this is where Copado AI really shines. So in my particular workspace, I have 4 key integrations. I have my governance org integration. This enables Copado AI to read my user stories, to understand my releases, understand my pipeline. This is also where I would ask the Copado expert agent to enable me on Copado process. We'll see in a second how the Copado expert is not just my tactical day-to-day assistant. Help me get this release over the line. Help me understand this user story. Help me map out the dependencies for my upcoming release. It's also a strategic tool. So whether I'm a developer, an admin, a QA, or even a release manager, a head of Salesforce product, the Copado expert can help generate strategy for me and also help me. And that's why we have that governance org integration. I've also integrated this into my demo development org. This is where I'll be using that org intelligence, that Salesforce metadata capability. This is where I'll be building tests. This is where I'll be actually using the AI agent to help me build solutions. I've also got my Agentforce integration. This is my context-aware ability to ask Copado any question I like about any Copado record, any Copado process, directly integrated into my org. And finally, I've integrated into my Atlassian suite, because after all, Jira on my day-to-day is my source of truth. So I can pull information from my Jira. I can understand what are my user story priorities? Where am I currently backlogged? I can help improve my acceptance criteria, because we need to make sure that between Copado and our ALM, Jira, Azure DevOps, we have a unified process. We're approaching this together in one go. And of course, one of the key things we'll be looking at today is the ability to push documentation changes. Something those of you who have met me before will know that I am a process person. Tools are great, but process is what really matters. And unless the process matches the tool, we don't have any sort of significant impact for our customers. And of course, if we start releasing changes with the speed that AI allows us to, we need to make sure we're documenting those changes. Detailed technical documentation for our partners, for our internal dev teams, but also for our users as well. So let's dive in. Let's take a look at how I can actually actively utilize Copado for my day-to-day. So first of all, I'm going to ask, what is the best way that I can use Copado to deploy Agentforce projects? Because I'm sure, like many of us, Agentforce is something that Salesforce is encouraging us to use. Our business is expecting greater speed of velocity and speed of innovation with Agentforce. But it's something that some of us aren't quite comfortable with. The testing requirements are very high, but you can use Copado CI/CD to deploy Agentforce very quickly and very, very easily. So of course I can ask Copado Expert, what is the best way for me to do this? How do I approach Agentforce development? And in fact, one of the things that I've uploaded into my AI is a solution design document for my Agentforce rollout. And I'm able to actually break this down into specific user stories using the plan agent to do so. So I have a Coral Resorts implementation solution design document here. Like anything created by a BA or a project manager, it's incredibly detailed. I've got dozens of pages of requirements here, security requirements, API requirements, and I've uploaded this document directly into my workspace. If I show you in my workspace details, my knowledge base contains this document. I've uploaded it into the system. So what I can do is I can actually ask the plan agent to break this document down into a detailed set of user stories directly associated to my system. So I've got here all of my various critical metrics, my dependencies. I've asked it to create a Gantt chart for me. I've got my UAT phase. I've got my post-go live and hypercare phase. All of these broken down into manageable sprints, all of them divided into Copado user stories. So not only is it that day-to-day assistance, but it's also the ability to break things down for me into manageable chunks. It can become my project management assistant as well. So the plan agent there, very powerful tool indeed. Something that I use regularly in my day-to-day activities. But the plan agent also has a wider feature. If, like you guys, as former devs or as current devs, sometimes we must admit that we don't necessarily fill in our acceptance criteria to the degree that our company would maybe prefer. I think we can all hold up our hands and say, sometimes our internal documentation is lacking. Well, because in my AI, I have actually uploaded my user story guidelines. So these user story guidelines are my company's way of working. It's our internal Confluence page, maybe. It's what we expect from our developers when we are creating user stories, creating acceptance criteria, and testing requirements. So I'm going to ask the plan agent, improve the acceptance criteria on user story 124. Because it has access to maybe the user story definition. It's got access to the metadata committed to this user story. It's got access to the wider release that user story is associated to, and it can use our own internal ways of working to actually pull out vastly improved, more detailed, more accurate requirements for that user story. And we can see here in a couple of seconds, it's able to pull out according to my guidelines. It's able to give me exactly what it is I need to be achieving. So in a matter of seconds, I have managed to save myself a huge amount of time. Now, not only does this mean that I, as a developer or an admin, can repoint my activity to more productive activities than writing things into Jira tickets, but there's another advantage. If you go to your team and you say, who here feels overworked? I think we can all identify. But do you feel overworked because you're spending 40 hours a week writing code, speaking to business users, solving problems in the real world using Salesforce? No. We feel overworked because we're spending 10, 15, 20 hours writing documentation, filling in Jira tickets. This isn't why we necessarily got into tech. And this is why AI is a powerful tool to do this. We can see in a couple of seconds, it's created the detailed requirements for me, and it's asking me to confirm whether I'd like to proceed with the update. Proceed with updating the detailed version. No, we'll say the condensed version. Because it is agentic, not only can it provide me with suggestions, but I can also actively use it to update that user story. It is fully integrated into my Jira, fully integrated into my Copado. So in a matter of seconds, it will now propose these changes to me. It will always ask me for confirmation every single time I ask it to make a change in an org. There's the confirmation. Yes, proceed with the update. So utilizing the plan agent here, I'm able to break down big tasks into smaller tasks, and each of those tasks can be properly documented and able to be accepted by the business as a fully formed user story. And there we go. It's now going to update that with the improved acceptance criteria. But in the meantime, I'm also going to take a look at some rapid resolution, because in my user story, I've detected a bug. And I'm going to show you guys something that I'm sure we are all very, very familiar with. It is this email. If I look, and I'm sure everyone on this call has spent too much of their life staring at this email, staring at dozens of these emails. We probably all have mailbox rules, don't we, that direct that any email that says a flow error to a special inbox that I look at once a day and maybe go and have a small cry. Now, in a typical scenario, I would have to engage with the GUID interview face. I would have to see who triggered this flow. I would have to run through a standard process in order to understand what is the root cause of this error. And then I would have to think about the ways that I can fix this problem and deploy that problem into my orgs. With Copado AI Org Intelligence and Build Agent, I'm going to take a screenshot of an error email. And I'm going to take this directly into my agent, explain the error in the flow from this email, and provide a validated flow solution to solve it. Guys, I used to be a consultant for Wipro. Part of my job was going to new Salesforce orgs, and the first thing is trying to understand what it is that everything does. What does this field do? Why are there 3 fields that say postcode version 1, version 2, and version 3? And why is there separate logic on each one? The metadata intelligence enables me to look directly into exactly how this org operates. We can see in a couple of seconds, it has pulled from a screenshot the error message. It's understanding the root cause. So these required fields are not resolving. And quicker than I can even explain it, it has now provided me a fixed code artifact. This flow has now been validated against my org. We can see there is my validation async ID. So this is not like asking Copilot or ChatGPT, because this flow is specific to my org. It's taking an existing flow version, it's looking at the problem, and it's injecting the correct solution in here. And by the time it artifacts out here, this has been validated against my org. It's providing the key solutions for me, the key changes that it's making, the different flow structure. All of this has been done for me. And something quite nice that you can see here, it fills in the description fields correctly. It doesn't do what I used to do, which is copy and paste the API name in. This is a properly created, documented flow version. And we can see I can now actually deploy this directly into my org. So I can now deploy this fixed version into my dev org. I can now commit this to my user story. So I'm able to take my build agent and I can say, yes, deploy the change and commit to the user story 124. So I'm starting to run my rapid resolution and my DevOps process directly from Copado AI. Really, really powerful tooling. So that, guys, was a quick flavor of some of the ways that Copado AI can really, really maximize my potential as a Salesforce professional. But as we said, we always need to be cautious of that documentation side. And I'm absolutely going to utilize my documentation tool in the release agent. Write me documentation for user story 124 and draw an end user diagram to explain the usage. Because again, does anyone here like writing documentation? No. But what we found recently is that with the prevalence of built-in AI tooling for business users, they are asking Copilot to summarize release notes for them for at the end of every sprint, for the end of every major release. They are actually utilizing your Confluence pages, your documentation. They are asking it for summaries. It's more important than ever that we are able to provide detailed notes for every change we're making. And we can see here it is. It's spitting out exactly what I've changed in my user story. It's creating all of that API documentation that I require, all of it according to our standards. This isn't using the internet standards. It's not using Copado standards. It's using your ways of working and your standards, your documentation requirements from within the system. So guys, that was a quick flavor of some of the power of Copado AI. I really find it to be an absolutely remarkable tool for my efficiency and of course from team efficiencies as well. So with that, I'm going to hand back over to Dinesh. Thank you very much indeed, guys. Oh, I'm not sure if we can hear Dinesh. 1 second. Let's just make sure he's unmuted.
I apologize for that, everyone. That was sorry about that. I'll start again. Sorry about that, everyone. Thank you for that great demonstration. I hope you all saw something valuable, and you can see how that reflects on your day-to-day operations. If you cast your mind back to the beginning of the conversation, Ewan mentioned that security is key to us. It's very important, and it is. And it's built into everything we do, including our secure AI platform architecture. Your sensitive information never leaves our secure environment, and you get all the power of Copado AI without any of the privacy concerns. Your data lives in completely separate databases from other customers, and our AI models never train on your information. Your data and trust is our priority. Copado takes security and compliance very serious and have made significant investments in a security team and our own certifications. We're the only DevOps platform platform for Salesforce to achieve FedRAMP, ISO 27001, SOC 2 Type 1, and GDPR compliance, making Copado the most trusted low-code delivery platform in the world. We use Anthropic LLMs that's similar to Claude, Haiku, and Sonnet. And to finalize the section, I'd love to leave you with a customer story that speaks volumes about Copado AI and its benefits. This was a quote that came in from AXA, which is a customer we're currently working with and partner with. And they said, with Copado AI, we can create consistent release notes and training guides to put in front of our users to help them understand the changes we're releasing as we do, why we're doing what we do, and make sure that all users are reading consistent documentation that's tailored to their roles. And here's some great facts and figures. Due to our partnership with AXA, we're able to have daily deployments from 1 to 80 times more. We're able to do 30 times faster releases from monthly to daily releases. We're able to expand 25 times with the development team from a 3 to 70 person team. And we're able to 10 times more expand on the Salesforce users that we supported. So from a 200 to 2,000 users. Hopefully this showcases the return on investment our clients see when partnering with us and our Copado AI product. Copado AI connects securely to your org. Your sensitive information resides heavily in heavily audited infrastructure based in North America, Europe, or Asia Pacific to meet your data residency and compliance requirements. No compliance headaches, just AI that works within your requirements from day one. If you have multiple CI/CD orgs across different regions, not a problem. Each region gets its own dedicated Copado AI instance, keeping everything compliant and secure. North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, wherever your teams work, Copado AI works with them. One platform, multiple regions, zero compromises. Now to Copado AI, the free versus paid. What will you be getting? Well, we're making AI-powered DevOps accessible to everyone. With Copado AI, you get the same intelligent features whether you're on our free or paid tier. The only difference is how much you can use them and how many people can use them. So with the full AI, with the free and paid users, what do you get with both? Well, with both, you get Copado AI Companion, your AI assistant for user stories, deployments, and troubleshooting. DevOps AI agents, plan agent, build agent, test agent, release agent, and operate agent working across your pipeline. Org intelligence, AI empowered understanding of your Salesforce architecture. All integrations, Slack, VS Code, Microsoft Teams, we integrate with all. And same quality, same AI models, same accuracy, and same security as I mentioned earlier. Everyone gets the full AI experience. No feature gating, no premium AI, just different usage levels. But let's call out what you do get with the free specifically and what it's best for, the limits and what it's best for and the paid. So for free tier, your limited prompts per month, perfect for individual developers or small teams getting started. So it's good for single user access, great for trying out AI in your workflow. And this can be best for individual admins or developers exploring AI, small teams testing AI capabilities, and proof of concept projects. The paid tier, what that unlocks for you. Higher prompts limits, scale AI usage across your entire team without hitting limits. Multi-user access, your whole team can leverage AI simultaneously. Team collaboration, everyone on the same page with shared AI insights. And this is best for teams scaling DevOps across multiple projects, organizations with high velocity release cycles, and enterprises needing AI for the entire development team. So what's the bottom line? We're free. For free, you try the full Copado AI experience. What have you got to lose, right? All features, limited users, single user. Paid. Some great AI, and limited for your whole team. The upgrade decision is simple. When you need more prompts or more users, upgrade. The features stay the same. And what I'll be doing, I have a link and hopefully we can get you started today. So I'll be sharing that in the chat as soon as I can. And you can copy and paste that link or click the link and we can find ways to onboard with us today. Now to the fun part. Well, I'm not saying I think this whole AI has been fun, but it would be remiss of us not to bring a little bit of competition in today and have, we actually have some prizes for the winners. So with this quiz, what I would ask you to do now is scan the QR code in front of you. We're about to take you to a quiz, not many questions, I believe it's 10 to 12. And we just want to say to add a little bit of competitiveness between us, whoever the top three of whoever wins this, which we'll see at the end, Sophia, our colleague, will issue certification vouchers for whichever certification they want, whichever certification you want. Sophia will be in touch about that, so don't worry about that part. We just want you to sit back, enjoy the quiz, and I'll take us there right now. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Dinesh. So while he shares up our first quiz questions, we will absolutely get through all of the Q&A that you've got there. Some really interesting questions come up already. We absolutely encourage you to please email myself and Dinesh after this with any questions you might have. We are more than happy to set up independent sessions with anyone that might like to see further into the Copado AI capabilities, or just as interestingly, see some of the process and architecture decisions behind it. So how it can be built into your process.
Loving this. We're seeing some people join. This is great. Numbers are going up. I know we've got quite a lot of attendees, so it's a case of time. Everyone that wants to join, try and get in here as much as possible so you can grab your prizes. I want to say whoever comes through, but it's all about taking part, right?
No, it's definitely about winning, Dinesh.
Oh, sorry.
Let's be real.
Yeah. Don't worry, myself and you aren't taking part. To be honest, I probably won't come top three anyway if I tried. Look, we'll give it some more because I know there's quite a lot of attendees in the list. If we see the numbers slow down, we'll have to kick off, but we'll wait until the numbers increase slightly more. This is great. I'm glad you're all joining. I'm looking forward to this. Okay. Oh, they're still going. All right, guys, just so we make sure we're on time, so we give you time for Q&A. I'm going to give it about 10, 15 more seconds, and then we're going to head into the quiz. And you don't worry, you can still join, but we will carry on in a second. Amazing, amazing. All right, let's get to it. You ready?
Of course. Let's go.
Okay, we're about to start. Let's go.
So, guys, we are starting nice and simple, and in the finest traditions of trailblazers and trailheads, we've made the first questions quite nice and easy. So, what is the core AI technology that powers org intelligence? Machine learning algorithms, AI-powered foundation that provides complete actionable understanding, etc. Okay, so we've got 95% on one of the answers there. A strong start.
Strong, very strong.
Let's go to the next question.
Of course. And that was the right answer.
Well done, everyone. So, come on, guys. What is the following is not one of our agents? Plan agent, build agent, deploy agent, or test agent? Bit of a trick question, this one, but one of those agents is not a Copado DevOps agent. Oh, much more mixed responses here. However, many people... Yep, let's go. That's correct. Deploy agent is not one of our agents. It is release agent. So, what does plan agent primarily help with, guys? Is it code generation? Is it application updates? Is it infrastructure systems? Or is it ensuring that we have clear and scalable user stories? Okay, we got a strong preference there, I think, Dinesh. So, shall we tell the people what was the correct answer? There we go. Well done to 70% of the attendees.
The rest of the percentage is still great work.
Okay, so how does the build agent help developers? Does it run tests? Does it help find issues and automate tasks, suggest better merge conflict strategies? Or is it for license management? Or maybe you can use it to create user stories as well. So go ahead and answer if you think you know.
Ooh.
Well,
very strong that. Very strong 98% there.
That was pretty convincing, I think.
See the answer, Ewan?
Let's go, Dinesh.
Amazing.
And so I wonder, guys, what do you think the test agent does? I'm sure that we're all very, very interested in knowing, is it about repository management, monitoring production systems? Is it about deployment scripts, or could it be something to do with tests? Let's find out.
I think that's unanimous there.
Indeed. Well done, everyone. Well done. So this is where things get quite interesting, guys. So intelligent decision making. Let's have a look at those answers and what do we think? What do we think might be the most accurate answer here? When we think of intelligent decision making, augmenting your capabilities and your process.
Oh, very one way.
Fantastic. Well done to everyone. I enjoy the people who think with no human input at all. AI is not here to replace us as individuals. There should always be a person in the loop, but nonetheless, it is there to take away these repetitive manual activities from us. But we are here. Our context, our experience, our knowledge is irreplaceable. We augment it with AI. We do not replace it. Operate agent. This is one of the most interesting agents. We didn't take too much of a look at it in the demo today, but I'd be very interested to see if we can understand what it is that the operate agent can accomplish for us. When we think of DevOps, often that operate side, the post-deployment side, is sometimes neglected. Oh, very strong answers there. Very strong answers indeed. And you are correct. So we emphasized it at the beginning and we'll emphasize it again. This is one of the core questions that we hear in the market. It's one of the key reasons why now companies are starting to form AI councils, AI approval boards, because what are we doing with your data? What is happening with it? And I'm glad to see there's a strong consensus.
There is.
We never use customer data. We have a zero retention policy. And a very important question here.
Yes.
What is Dinesh's favorite vegetable? This is something, of course, that has been the topic of much conversation in the ecosystem recently. Mark Benioff, I believe, has been asking some questions.
I think we even asked Copado AI and to see what they came up with as well.
Indeed.
I've never eaten a vegetable one. Okay, come on. All right.
I thank you very much, guys, for supporting my initial judgment, but apparently it is mushrooms. Now, I understand there will be a debate in the comment section about whether a mushroom is a vegetable. We can continue that one later.
Yes. And for those that said I haven't eaten a vegetable in life, thank you.
So back to compliance. We had our fun, now back to compliance. So it's very important, of course, that we understand exactly how compliant AI is when we build it into these processes. It is looking at metadata. It can be looking at data in orgs as well. We need to make sure we comply with the highest possible standards of regulatory alignment. Excellent. I'm glad to see so many people agreeing. 2% of the people who said no compliance standards, we will find out who made those answers. Don't worry. Okay, so a more technical question now. Something that I think all of us are probably quite interested in, actually, is these different LLMs and how they operate. So asking the same prompt to multiple LLMs is a very interesting exercise. Some of you who have maybe used Copado AI will see already where this is going, but let's see what we have. Aha! So a split.
Ooh. Should we see the answer?
I think so. It is
Amazing.
Anthropic. It is Claude, and that's Claude's Sonnet, by the way. So not OpenAI. No, it is Anthropic that we utilize.
And come on, guys, this is the final question. You know, this could be all between, you know, who's third, fourth, you know, it could be quick. So let's see this. Let's see who's going to be there.
So how many prompts do you get with free Copado AI? And how many prompts, obviously, when you exceed that, would you need to utilize the paid solution? Another split. Fantastic. And again, 16% of people, like Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars, have decided that free AI is unlimited power. Sadly not. It is 100 a month. 100 a month. Thank you very much indeed, guys. Brilliant. Absolutely excellent contribution. And we have a winner.
We have a winner. Jeff, well done. Well done. And Ramesh, well done as well. Sebastian, look, it's about taking part that counts for sure. I know that's what everyone says. I mean, it was probably the favorite vegetable. It was the vegetable question that pipped the post, I imagine. And like I said, Sophia will reach out with the certifications. So Jeff, Ramesh, Sebastian, thank you. Everyone else, thank you. This was, hopefully you found that really interesting, but a great way to learn. And like I said, Sophia will reach out for sure. Thank you, everyone. And now I'm about to share my screen again. Sorry. Like I said, thank you for taking part and for which I'm sure you all want to get involved in. We've got the Q&A, so we've got time allocated for the Q&A. I appreciate your patience, but this is allocated for everyone here now to ask away.
So there are some great questions coming into the chat. If anyone would like to unmute themselves, please do feel free. We are here to answer any and all questions. What I might do is, because I understand it's a very big audience, it can be a bit nerve-wracking, right, asking questions. Absolutely, as we said at the beginning, we are here to help in any way. Please do feel free to drop us an email, particularly, Dinesh, any commercial questions that you may have, please do feel free to send them to Dinesh. And on the technical side, absolutely, please do feel free to email me as well. And what I might do is highlight some of the really interesting questions from the Q&A panel. So Florian asked, do we have new certifications coming for the AI? So yes, the answer is yes, we do. So the DevOps success community, that is where Copado provides not just the DevOps exchange, which is extensible packages for our products, but also our certification and training. And we absolutely are going to release AI certifications coming very, very soon in the near future. It is indeed the future of this. So remember those quiz results, guys, because they'll come in useful when you're doing your exams. Let's see, were there some other interesting questions? So a lot of questions about how can we get our hands on this? How can we start playing around? Absolutely follow the links provided to the free trials, sign up 100 prompts a month, really integrate it into your orgs. But of course, get permission from your security and infrastructure teams first. Please do. But feel free to integrate this into your orgs.
And just so I don't interrupt you, I've just added the link as promised. So if you want to get started, go to the attendee chat and you'll see the link that I've just posted.
Thanks very much, Dinesh. There was another interesting question raised by Florian, which was, is there a way to use the agents to create test data? There was another question around using CRT. So if you are a Copado robotic testing user, can you use the agents? The test agent is specifically designed for these scenarios. You can ask it to create you test data based on a certain business outcome, based on a certain set of functionality. You can use it to create test data for a specific user story. So if I have a user story where I am deploying a change to the opportunity object, I can ask it to generate me test data for the opportunity. The test agent itself is actually integrated directly into the CRT platform. So it's something we consider to be intrinsic now to the testing process. It enables you to do things like create custom keywords. It will assist you in creating variables. You can use it to analyze a test run. Sometimes automation testing can have a lot of different steps. You can use the AI agent to pull the key information out of there and analyze that test run. I use CRT a lot, but I'm not an automation tester. The test agent is absolutely key to how I use CRT. It means that my ramp up time to robot framework language was very, very short. There were a couple of questions around sandboxes. Absolutely, you can connect sandboxes to the agents. We would encourage you to do so, not into production. And the process is the same. When you integrate an org, it simply says select sandbox or production. I guess we'll finalize out with one very, very important question. Someone raised it, possibly slightly as a joke, but it's actually very important. What if I'm already dealing with an org that's a mess, right? What if I've started off, no one or very few of us have the joy of working on a greenfield implementation. Orgs that we work in, most of us work in enterprise architecture, enterprise Salesforce. The orgs are old. The orgs have had a lot of different partners working in them. The orgs have got a lot of depreciated value within them. That is one of the key reasons why Copado AI exists, to be able to pull apart those complex logic, that complex business logic, those data models. Maybe we're hitting governor limits, Maybe we've had to expand them in opportunity objects, in case objects. Maybe we're on our third or fourth expansion of our Apex limits. Copado AI is designed to go in there and help isolate exactly what my change will do. So I'm able to see what it is that this field does. What is the background architecture and logic behind it? Means that I can do risk analysis and impact analysis in my development. So we're not shooting in the dark anymore. We're actually working as if we had the original implementer of that Salesforce sitting next to us, guiding us through the complexities of that org. So guys, any other questions? Because if not, we will give you a few minutes back of your time. But from myself, certainly a huge thank you to everyone for attending. Much appreciated.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us today.